It seems like we may finally have the answer why Terence Bud Crawford went on Twitter and pretty much called off the rematch between himself and Errol Spence. I got that answer for you according to Bud Crawford's team, but we're going to talk about that in this video. Before we do that, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook. So recently, we see that Terence Crawford, he came out on Twitter in a bunch of tweets that he made. In one of those tweets, he let everybody know farewell to the rematch with him and Errol Spence. Pretty much, it ain't going down. It's behind him. He moving on. And since then, we've seen his team members come out and they called out Tim Tszyu. That's the direction that they saying that they want to go. Now, they realize they not getting no Canelo Alvarez fight right now. That's the number one main fight that they want. But then everybody was like, he calling out Tim Tszyu, but he still got a rematch to go through with Errol Spence. And he was telling everybody, nah, that's off the table. So people was wondering, like myself, how is he just going to call off that fight when they have a contract written that they supposed to have an immediate rematch? Now, we know everything that went on with Showtime in the PBC. PBC, they moving on to Amazon Prime. Showtime is no longer going forth with boxing or any sporting events. So, was that the reason? Is the contract no longer in existence because Showtime is no longer in the game? So, it was a lot of questions behind that whole situation. But according to Terence Bud Crawford and his team, that ain't even the reason. Now, before I give y'all what they saying, why this fight is no longer going to take place, let's talk about a few things, right? They coming out and they calling out Tim Tszyu at 154. Tim Tszyu is the WBO champion at 154, a title that he pretty much got the email from Jermell Charlo because Jermell Charlo went to fight Canelo Alvarez instead of defending the WBO strap against Tim Tszyu. Now, Tim Tszyu, yeah, he can fight. He not no Rudy Poo, but he ain't as good as Jaron Ennis. And to me, Tim Tszyu don't have the name that Jaron Ennis has, especially in America. Jaron Ennis' name is bigger than Tim Tszyu's name in America, right? Now, Bud Crawford's team, they've been doing interviews, and they continue to say that the reason that Terence Crawford don't want to fight Jaron Ennis is because Jaron Ennis' name is not big enough. They only want big name fights, right? They only want the big money fights. What I said before in the video, Tim Tszyu is not a big money fight to me. Now, unless they have that fight over there in Australia, then of course, yeah, it could be real big over there in Australia. But Bud Crawford ain't going to no Australia to fight no Tim Tszyu. We know that. Bud Crawford didn't even want to give up his A-side position to Errol Spence. He didn't even want to come to the ring first. He had to flip a coin. So y'all mean to tell me, y'all in my comments talking about that Terence Bud Crawford is going to go to Australia and how big this fight is going to be? Man, Bud ain't going to no Australia to fight Tim Tszyu. That fight, if it happened, is going to take place right over here in the U.S. Now, I also heard Bud Crawford team member talking about other things like Bud Crawford is going for greatness and basically insinuating that he'll have a chance to become undisputed at 154. Well, how is he going to become undisputed at 154 when Tim Tszyu only got one strap? Terence Crawford said he wasn't going to fight Jermell Charlo because of the performance that Jermell Charlo put up against Canelo Alvarez. He said this, not me. So if you fight Tim Tszyu and he only got one strap, explain it and make it make sense to me how he's going for greatness and he gonna be able to come up for undisputed. It makes no sense, especially if Terence Crawford is saying that he only has two fights left in this entire career max. After that, he retired. He said this. He's even been hinting at retiring right now. Not even having another fight. But I think he will have another fight, of course. He's staying in the gym training. He stay in shape. But come on, man. To me, the Jaron Ennis fight would make a whole lot more sense if you want to put it on the line, right? It's way more competitive. You're going to get way more credit if you beat Jaron Ennis, and you'll become a two-time undisputed champion at 147 at the welterweight division. But anyway, that's not happening. They going after Tim Tszyu. Now, know everybody want to know what is the reasoning they are giving for not going through with the Errol Spence rematch. Well, this is what Terence Crawford team had to say. They said that Errol Spence is not ready. Errol Spence still has a lot of healing up to do. So they basically putting it on Errol Spence like we would have went through the rematch, but he's just not ready, right? He don't have shit together on his end. He still got a lot of healing to do. Now, we did hear from Errol Spence briefly, and he said that he wanted the rematch. Well, this is my take on the situation. Now, from what Errol Spence said, all he got to do is heal up from the cataract surgery, right? Cataract surgery only takes about 4 weeks to heal up from. So he should be healed from that surgery within the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks, right? So he'll be good to go. I don't know if Errol Spence been in the gym training. I know he's been hanging around the gym. I don't know how much he's been training, if any at all. But when we seen him, he didn't look out of shape. He didn't look fat the last time we've been seeing him in the pictures that he's been posting, right? So if Terence Bud Crawford, if he fights in May or, April or something like that, cool. I get it. You don't got to hold your career up for somebody else, right? But if Bud Crawford don't fight into July or August, now what he's saying ain't making sense because it don't take that long for Errol Spence to heal. And PBC, they don't even have a show coming up until March the 30th. March the 30th is the first PBC show on Amazon Prime. So we know that probably Terence Crawford most likely ain't going to fight in April. We know they got Canelo fighting in May, right? So that leaves June or July. Now, Errol Spence can be ready in June or July. Now, if he comes out and he say different, then I'm wrong. But all in all, I don't know. You got Terence Bud Crawford and his team. They're saying that Errol Spence is not ready. So we need to hear from Errol Spence. We need to hear the full story from Errol Spence. And that's all I can say right now. Because, hey, he don't have a right to hold Terence Crawford's career up. Terence Crawford don't have to wait on him. But if this situation ain't true and they not going to fight into June or July anyway, well, what's the problem? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this situation. Now, Bud Crawford's team is saying that it's basically Errol Spence because he got to heal up. Let me know how y'all feel. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit my like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.
Got the top let down. Leaning to the right with the bass up loud. I slide.